If you were a teen in the 80s, your closet told the world who you were. Before filters and selfies, your hair, shoes, and jacket were your profile picture. Some looks got you teased until everyone copied them. These were the fashion risks we all took and somehow made unforgettable. Let's see how many you survived. Number 1. Hair teasing and Aqua Net clouds. Our hair didn't just defy gravity, it declared war on it. We teased it high, sprayed it stiff, and locked it in place like a construction project. Aqua Net wasn't hairspray, it was atmosphere. Bathrooms turned into fog machines, mirrors disappeared behind clouds, and your bangs stood like monuments to bad decisions. Girls had bangs that scraped the ceiling, boys had mullets that could slice air, the smell, somewhere between paint and pride. But when your hair held, you felt invincible. Ever run out of Aqua Net before school and feel like your whole day collapsed? Number 2. Reebok Freestyles and mall-ready muscles. They looked athletic, but let's be honest, most never saw a workout. Reebok Freestyles were the badge of cool, white, Velcro-strapped, and puffy like marshmallows. You wore them with leggings, stirrup pants, or even skirts, because matching wasn't the point, vibes were. Scuff them once, and they were ruined. But fresh? You felt invincible, even if the farthest you walked was from Orange Julius to Spencer's. They said, "I could jazzercise. I just don't feel like it today." No gym membership needed, just the right shoes. Be honest, did you ever actually exercise in yours? Number 3. Walkman and who you really were. Before phones and playlists, a Walkman was your identity. Clipped to your hip with bright orange foam headphones, it told the world you had taste and attitude. Press play on your best mixtape and suddenly the sidewalk was your personal music video, every step timed to Madonna, The Police, or Van Halen. We rewound the same track till it warped, memorized the order of every song, and guarded our tapes like secrets. Letting someone borrow your headphones? That wasn't casual, it was intimacy. Be honest, what was the first song on your ultimate side A? Number 4. Jelly shoes, cute, cruel, and unforgettable. They looked like gumdrops for your feet, sparkly, squishy, and sweet. But 5 minutes in, jelly shoes turned into mini torture chambers. Blisters, sweat, and squeaks followed you everywhere. We wore them to school, to parties, to the mall, and limped home every time. Still, if yours had glitter, you felt unstoppable. Moms warned us we didn't care. We kept wearing them, again and again, believing maybe this time they'd be comfortable. They never were. But in the 80s, style won over logic every time. Quick test. How long could you wear them before regretting everything? Number 5. Shoulder pads and instant authority. They weren't just fashion, they were armor. Shoulder pads turned teenage girls into power players, even if they were just heading to algebra. Sewn into blouses, jackets, and even t-shirts, those foam bricks made every hallway feel like Wall Street. You stood taller, walked prouder, and felt in charge. The bigger they got, the more powerful you felt, and nobody questioned it. Not until years later, when photo albums revealed just how massive those things really were. But back then, you weren't dressing to look cute, you were dressing to command the room. And somehow, it worked. Number 6. Jane Fonda workouts and fashion fitness pressure. We didn't just exercise, we performed. Jane Fonda turned living rooms into TV studios, and suddenly, how you looked sweating mattered more than sweating itself. Neon leotards, leg warmers, skin-tight everything. It wasn't about cardio, it was about image. Girls posed between reps. Boys peeked from the hallway, and VHS tapes rewound endlessly, not just for the moves, but for the fantasy of looking like Jane. The pressure was real, even when no one was watching. Aerobics became the stage, and your body, the costume. We weren't just working out, we were auditioning for confidence. Number 7. Big plastic earrings. After sweating through a Jane Fonda workout, you needed something bold to match the energy, and nothing shouted louder than giant plastic earrings, neon hoops, electric zigzags, dangly triangles the size of playing cards. They weren't for fashion shows. They were for the school hallway, the skating rink, and yes, the mall. Sure, they were heavy. Some even left dents in your neck by lunch. But the color? The click-clack with every step? That was power. We didn't wear them to blend in. We wore them to be seen. And in the 80s, bigger wasn't risky. It was the rule. Number 8. Leg warmers and fake dance energy. You didn't need a dance class. You just needed leg warmers to look like you had rhythm. Made famous by Flashdance and Jane Fonda tapes, they exploded into schools and malls almost overnight. Neon, striped, fuzzy, pulled over jeans, tights, or bare legs. We wore them scrunched down or stretched tight, like we were always ready to leap into choreography. Truth is, most of us couldn't dance to save our lives. But leg warmers made you feel like a backup dancer in a music video. We didn't break into jazz hands, but we strutted down the hall like the stage was ours. Number 9. Leotards as fashion armor. They were tight, shiny, and absolutely unapologetic. Leotards weren't just for dance class. They showed up at malls, parties, even school photos. Worn with belts, jackets, or leg warmers, they made girls feel powerful. You couldn't hide in a leotard, you had to own it. And somehow, we did. It hugged every curve, every insecurity, and turned them into confidence. Whether metallic, velvet, or zebra print, it told the world, I'm here and I'm fearless. Looking back, it's wild we wore them so publicly, but at the time, nothing felt more bold or more right. Number 10. Swatch watches and stackable cool. One Swatch was cool, but 3 on one arm? That was a personality. Swatch watches exploded in the mid-80s with bright colors, wild patterns, and bands that snapped attention. Kids wore them stacked like bangles, mixing neon with graffiti, checkerboard with abstract shapes. You didn't wear a watch to tell time, you wore it to tell your time. Trading bands was a middle school economy. Some matched their shoelaces, others matched their mood. It wasn't just fashion, it was status. And if you had the rare see-through one, you weren't just ahead of the trend, you were the trend. Number 11. Chic jeans and department store digs. Before designer brands ruled the world, we found the perfect jeans in department stores. Sears, JCPenney, Montgomery Ward, those were our catwalks. You'd dig through piles for that one pair, high-waisted, bootcut, just the right fit. Trying them on in those tiny fitting rooms, hoping the mirror said yes. No stylists, no influencers, just your gut, your mom, and maybe a friend's opinion. Finding the pair felt like winning the lottery. You didn't need a label. You just needed that confidence when you walked out, tags still on, ready to show the world who you were. Number 12. Acid-washed jeans and controlled chaos. They looked like denim gone wrong, and that's why we loved them. Acid-washed jeans hit hard in the 80s with wild fades, sharp streaks, and a rebel vibe you couldn't ignore. We cuffed them, rocked high tops, and doubled down with denim jackets. Parents called them ruined, but to us, they were art. Each pair looked different. Each fade felt like a badge of individuality. It wasn't about looking neat, it was about standing out. And in a sea of conformity, acid wash screamed freedom, loud, proud, and perfectly chaotic. Number 13. Members-only jackets and the bad boy illusion. They weren't just jackets, they were an attitude. Members only made you feel part of something cool, even if it wasn't real. With tight cuffs, a sleek zipper, and that strap on the collar, you felt like a rebel. Every teen idol wore one. And the second you zipped it up, you changed. You didn't need to talk tough, the jacket did it for you. It gave quiet kids edge, made nobodies feel like somebody. In a world of rules and conformity, this was your pass to mystery, and for a brief moment, you looked untouchable. You didn't just wear the 80s, you lived it. Each trend told a story, each outfit made a statement. Some were bold, some ridiculous, but all unforgettable. If any of these brought back a memory, don't keep it to yourself. Drop it below. And if you love this trip back, there's plenty more where that came from.